Mangaru's Tutoring Services Mathematics Classes. Let us talk about solids. Solids is also known as 3D shapes. We will use these three examples to talk about some of the features of solids. Here we have a cuboid, a sphere, and a cone. So the first property we will talk about is the face, or plural faces. So here we can see that there is a rectangle or rectangular face. If we look all around, there are 6 rectangular faces, and this is the surface, the outer surface of the shape, right? So we are seeing here we have a flat rectangular face for the cuboid. Now for the sphere, we have a curved face. So one face is curved. For the cone, we can see that we have a curved face and a flat circular face. The next property is the edge, or plural edges, and this is where two faces meet to form an edge. So we can have a straight edge, or for example with a cone we can have a curved edge. So we can have a curved face meeting a flat circular face, forming a curved edge. And for the sphere, we can see that we may not have any edges. The last property is the vertex, or plural vertices, and this is where edges meet. Typically, when the edges meet, they form a vertex. There is an exception where the cone has a vertex, but it's not formed by the connection of edges. Rather, it's a face that forms a point. And the sphere has no vertices. So we will discuss 9 solids, and we will discuss the 3 properties that we just spoke about for each one of them. We will begin with a cube. A cube has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. So notice what I did. I counted the edges on the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the right, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I counted the ones that connected the left with the right. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. Now we have the vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the cube has 6 flat square faces, 12 straight edges, and 8 vertices. Next we have a cuboid. So a cuboid may have a square face on this side and on this side. it may or may not. So for the most, it can have 2 square faces, but it may not have any square faces. So a cuboid has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rectangular faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices. So again, 6 rectangular faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. So notice that this cube and the cuboid has the same number of faces, edges, and vertices. However, they do have differences. Right? So again, remember the edges are straight for the cuboid and the faces are rectangular, although they may have 2 square faces. Next we have the sphere. A sphere is really just a ball. A sphere has one face, one curved face, no edges and no vertices. Next we have a cone. A cone has 1, 2 faces, so a curved face and a flat circular face. It has 1 edge and 1 vertex. So remember, vertex is singular, vertices is plural. Right? So the edge is a curved edge. Next we have a cylinder. So a cylinder is similar in shape to a can or tin, as in a tin of peas. So we have 1 flat circular face, 2 flat circular faces, 3 a curved face. So that's 3 faces in total. We have 1 curved or circular edge here and 1 here, so that's 2 edges. So 3 faces, 2 edges, and we have no vertices. So we can't have no vertices in a solid. We can't have no vertices. We may have no edges, but we must have at least 1 face, such as with a sphere. So next we have a triangular prism. This is how the top of some houses are shaped. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 edges. So that's 9 straight edges. So let's talk about the faces. We have 1, 2, 3 rectangular faces, 1, 2 triangular faces, and vertices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 vertices. So again, 3 rectangular faces 2 triangular faces, 9 straight edges, and 6 vertices. Next, we have 3 pyramids that we will speak about. Firstly, we have the square-based pyramid. So we call the pyramids based on their base, or according to their base. So we are saying 1, 2, 3, 4 triangular faces and 1 square face. So 4 triangular flat faces, 1 square flat face. So that's 5 faces in total. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 edges on top, and 1, 2, 3, 4 edges below. So that's 4 and 4, that's 8 straight edges. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices. Next, we have a rectangular based pyramid. So this one is missing a little piece on top. The tip broke off, but we still know what it's supposed to look like. So we have 1 flat rectangular face, 1, 2, 3, 4 triangular flat faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 straight edges, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices. And lastly, we have our triangular based pyramid. So again, remember the pyramids are named according to their base. So we have 1, 2, 3 triangular faces on top, 1 triangular face below. So that's 4 triangular faces. Edges, we have 1, 2, 3, and below 4, 5, 6 straight edges, and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. So we have 4 triangular faces, 6 edges, and 4 vertices. Let's learn more about prisms and pyramids. We will start with prisms. Here we have one example of a prism. And remember, prisms are not called according to their base. So we do not say triangular based prism. We simply say, for this shape, triangular prism. Okay. So on this side we are seeing a triangular face, and on the opposite side we are seeing the exact same triangular face. So once that face is kept throughout an entire direction or cross section, then we call it a prism. So it can be a triangle, it can be another shape such as a circle or polygon, such as a pentagon or hexagon or octagon. And once that shape is kept throughout the entire cross section, it's called a prism. So once we cut the shape along the cross section, we're supposed to get the same triangle. So let's take the same shape here, the same triangular prism, and if we were to take a knife and cut the shape right here, we're supposed to get the same triangle. So let's do that now. So we can see that we have the same triangle being formed for both of them. We also have another prism here, and we can see on this side we have a 6-sided shape. We call this a regular hexagon. So on the top and base we have identical hexagonal faces, and between them we have rectangular faces. So between the identical faces we will always have rectangular faces connecting them. So again, this is called a hexagonal prism. Next, we will speak about pyramids. So we have 3 pyramids. We have a square-based pyramid. Remember, the pyramids are called according to their base. Then we have a rectangular-based pyramid. The tip broke off, but it's supposed to look like this. And next we have a triangular-based pyramid. So there are many other types of pyramids, but for now we will simply use these. So a pyramid starts with a shape at the base. There are triangular faces around on the sides for all of them. And from the base going to the top, it gets smaller until we reach to a point. I will now show you one way in which you can draw the solids. So keep in mind, I'm using a software and not the usual pen and paper, so it may be a little difficult to get them perfect. Afterwards, I will give you the spelling of the name of each shape. So firstly, we have a cube. So I will first draw a square, and then I will draw another square. One of the corners is in the center of the first square. I will then connect the corresponding corners, and that's it. Simple as that. Next, I will draw a cuboid. So we will start with a rectangle. I will then draw another rectangle where one of the corners is in the middle of the first rectangle. I will then connect the corresponding corners. And here we have a cuboid. Next, I will draw a sphere. But keep in mind, I do not have the tools to shade or color the sphere at this time, so we will simply use a circle to represent the sphere. Next, I will draw a cone. So we start off as if we are drawing a triangle or an isosceles triangle, and then we simply put a curve or arc connecting the 2 points. Next we have a cylinder. So a cylinder is like a tin of peas. So at the top and below we are drawing an oval connecting the 2 parallel lines on the sides. Next, we will draw a triangular prism. So we begin by drawing a triangle. Then we draw that exact same triangle again. And then we connect the corresponding points to form the triangular prism. Next, we will draw a rectangular based pyramid. We start off by drawing a rectangle, and above the triangle we can place a point and then connect that point to the 4 corners of the rectangle. Ensure that the point is above the middle of the rectangle. So that is a rectangular based pyramid. We do the same for a square based pyramid. We start by drawing a square. We can place a point above the center of the square and connect all four corners of the square to that point. And lastly, we have a triangular based pyramid. We draw a triangle, put a point above the center of the triangle, and connect all 3 points to that point. I will give you some more examples of drawings of the shapes. You can use these here. You can pause the video now and draw these, or you can look at the other examples to see the shapes from another angle, and then you can choose which one you would prefer. So here are the other shapes. In these shapes, we have, for some of them, a different angle, and also there are dashed lines. These dashed lines in the shape represent those edges and vertices that you cannot see from that angle. This is a better way to draw the shapes. It is a more advanced way. Either method would be fine. You are now equipped to do an exercise. Exercise 1. Attempt all of the questions. If the video is moving too fast, you can pause the video. If it is going too slow, you can skip forward. Ensure to attempt all of the questions before looking at the solutions. Ensure to leave enough space to write the answers below the question. We will now go through the solutions. Ensure that you have attempted all of the questions before looking at the solutions. Thank you for watching. If you have found this video to be helpful, please feel free to contact us for more information about our classes.